What's up, family? Homie Bigg Vic. We back in here with another video. Today I wanted to bless somebody that just got that Motive ELD and you're still trying to figure out how in the hell do I get this thing to work. Motive they recently updated their ELDs, updated their platform inside of the app. I'm gonna just show y'all how to get this thing set up and rolling right, because my older video, I think a couple of things are different from the older video that I posted. So let's start here. First and foremost, you see this connection up in here? All right, first thing you got to do is get this cord that's connected to your ELD connected to your truck. So you should have a port hanging off of there just like this, right? You got that done. The ELD is connected. That's gonna connect you right there. Now, you're gonna have to make sure that you've already went into your main ELD app and add your truck information into not the main ELD app, but your main website that you log into. So Motive is going to give you a website that you log into directly, so you can add any drivers to that, including yourself if you're the actual driver. You're going to add all that information into the website. Your ELD should have a serial number on it that you add into there. You're going to add the VIN number of your truck into there. It'll walk you through what to add to what on your ELD. I mean, inside of your ELD, the website, to actually connect everything. Then you're going to see, once you connect your ELD via Bluetooth from the app, this is going to be green. This should be green on this side. And once it's connected, this other one will be green. If this is blinking red over here, your ELD is not connected and is not going to track you when you are moving. So you're going to have to make sure you go into the ELD app. First, go into your Bluetooth, connect the ELD. Make sure it is connected, right? Because if it's not connected, it's not going to work right. We're going to let's go into the ELD real quick. Let me pull up my screen. First thing we want to do is go over to our settings. We're going to go inside of the settings real quick. All right, so let's go here to cycle rules. It's the first thing we want to do. Let's go into cycle rules. You see up here where it says cycle rule? We're going to connect 70-hour. You see where it says USA Property 70-hour 8-day cycle. That's what we want to click on. USA Property 70-hour 8-day cycle. All right, our cargo type is property. Our restart options, 34-hour reset. Now with the 34-hour reset that's basically after you run out of hours, right? After you run out of your hours for the week, after you run out of your 70 hours, if you run out of those 70 hours, you have to reset for 34 hours, which means your truck has to sit for 34 hours so that your clock you can get a full reset for the week. That means you're going to get a full 70-hour clock for the week. All right. Now you see where it says rest break. You want to make sure that you set that to 30-minute rest break required. If you're OTR and you drive your truck over 8 hours, you have to take a 30-minute break. All right. Take that 30-minute break. Without that, your ELD will start showing you are in violation. You do not want that. You do not need that. All right. So make sure you set that to 30-minute rest break required. Take that. Now, 16-hour short haul exception. I have mine selected. 16-hour short haul exception. I have that selected. So every now and again, if you start running out of hours or you're running low on hours and you only got like an hour and a half to get to that destination, you should be able to click on short haul exception. That's going to give you a little more time on your clock to make it to your destination without going into violation. All right. Now, adverse driving condition exception. You can set that to no exception, or you can set that to adverse driving conditions exception, right? I have mine set to no exceptions. All right, so we're going to save that. Now, let's go over here to our actual logs, right? So if you go here, we're looking at, so you see here, this is how you read the clock. As you can see, you got 4 clocks up here. You got your 8-hour break clock, you got your 11-hour drive time block, and you got your 14-hour shift and your 70-hour cycle time, right? Now, you will see all these clocks start moving once your vehicle is moving. Once your vehicle is in motion, these clocks are going to start moving, right? So you won't see them clicking until you actually stop, take a look at it, you know. So it's not going to actually be moving while you're in motion, because it's not going to even let you click on the stuff like that, right? But the 8-hour brake clock will start deducting from your hours once you start driving, right? As you get into 3-4 hours, you'll see that clock start going down, telling you, hey, you're getting close to your 8-hour break, your 8-hour drive time. Take your break, take your 30-minute break. You can take that 30-minute break whenever you're ready to take it. You don't have to wait until the 8 hours is up. Now, if you don't drive over 8 hours, you don't have to worry about that clock, right? You won't have to worry about that if you're not driving, you know, if you're not using your entire drive time. You won't have to worry about that. Now, the 11-hour drive time, that's technically 10.5 hours if you drive over 8 hours, because you got to take a 30-minute break. So you only have 10.5 hours to drive, right, before you have to take that 30-minute break. That's going to complete your 11 hours of drive time, right? 14-hour shift, okay? 70-hour cycle window, that 70-hour clock right there. Once you see 0000, you're out of hours for the week. This is why clock management is so important when you are out and your OTR. Clock management is so important. Like if you have to pay attention to your appointment times when you are moving freight out there, because let's say you're driving and your drop off is 8 a.m. and you're rolling and you're about to run out of hours and you got to park the truck for 10 hours so that you can reset. You got to be able to manage that clock to say, okay, I'm gonna find the nearest truck stop or the nearest hotel, wherever I'm laying my head down at. I'm gonna park the truck so that I can get back rolling at maybe, 4 or 5 in the morning if I have like a 9-10 o'clock appointment scheduled to drop this off. So make sure that is an actual real appointment before you even do that, because if you can find yourself losing time for the next day if that wasn't an official appointment time, or a broker just told you, hey, we needed there by 8, but then you find out you actually had from 8 to 3 o'clock to drop the load off. That happens a lot, when you're OTR. So is it a real appointment time, or the broker is just trying to get you there as early as possible? So clarify that with the broker when you are out there. That's super importante, okay? All right, so but if you run out of those 70 hours for the week, you're gonna have to do a 34-hour reset, not the 10-hour. So it's like a day and some change, where you're gonna have to sit down to get your full 70-hour cycle time back. That's why I like to start on Monday and pretty much be finished on Friday, unless I pick up something on Friday and dropping it on Monday. And then if I'm out of hours, my truck is sitting Monday and then part of Tuesday. Then I'm back rolling again. This is when I was OTR. This is kind of how I ran. But I paid close attention to how many hours I had left. Am I about to run out of hours for the week? If I book this load, do I have enough hours to actually pick it up and then drop it off and still be able to, to keep moving after that? Or if it's somewhere I know I'm gonna pick up something on Friday, it doesn't drop until Monday, I can hang tight Friday after I pick it up, sit down till Saturday evening and get rolling again once I do that 34-hour reset. So there's a lot of different scenarios that you could face when you are, when you're OTR and you're running freight. Like if you're just running Amazon, most of the time you're not going to be running over your 8 hours unless you're on one of Amazon's 13-hour contracts. You may get close to your drive time, your actual drive time for the day, but more likely than not, you probably won't. So it's not a real big deal. And if you go less than 150 miles or 175 air miles, you don't have to log those hours, right? You don't have to log those hours. according to DOT rules. Anything under 175 air miles or 150 highway miles, you don't have to log. That's round trip. That's not one way. That's a round trip. If it's under 150 miles round trip, you don't have to log that. All right. So, but definitely, you know, go look up DOT rules, drive cycle rules as well, just to double up on that, verify that, you know, get a second look at that, so that you're definitely running your truck efficiently and in compliance when you are out there. All right. Hopefully this helps you guys out, because I run into a lot of you guys who be like, yo, I don't know what's going on with my ELD when y'all OTR, and I'd be like, yo, make sure both of those lights are green, and that your Bluetooth is connected to your ELD so that it is tracking you, and that you're actually logging your drive time, because without that, you need to have a set of paper logs in that truck just for backup, just in case something weird happens with your ELD while OTR. That way, if DOT pulls you over, you got backup logs, you know, that you did fill out if your ELD is acting weird while you're OTR. All right, so it's homie Bigg Vic TV. I hope this video definitely helps y'all out. This is, if you use another ELD, it should be very similar to how this one works. And let's say you also, I forgot to mention this, if you do, you also can go into your logs. So you can go into like a log for the day and actually edit your logs. You can edit your logs. If, say for example, you forgot to hit go off duty and your clock was still running, you can go back in there, especially if your vehicle is sitting. You'll see where you can click on the day that you're actually running on. Click on that, like Saturday, Sunday, whichever day that was, go into the logs and edit those logs. It will allow you to move it and then change the off, whether you were off duty or actually driving. So that's a good feature, because if you were mistakenly thrown into a violation, you will be able to go in and actually correct that, and it will take you out of a violation if your vehicle wasn't actually moving or you wasn't actually driving, but it was still logging you as driving. So that's a good thing about being able to go in there and edit those logs, so that you're not in violation when you are, you know, moving your truck or OTR, and a DOT officer asks to see your logs, or asks for your phone to be able to download your log history. And when they pull you over, they'll typically look at your last 7 days of activity. So, you know, if something happened 3 weeks ago where you mistakenly went into violation, most likely they're not going to see that unless they ask for your last 30 days. But when you give them the PIN number to your phone so that they can actually download your last 7 days or so of your logs, they typically won't go back that far, you know, unless your logs look super crazy and they ask for it. All right. Anyway, I hope this helped somebody out. It's homie Bigg Vic TV. You already know what it is. Always hustle, never stop growing. Until the next video. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's eat, baby.